Hello, how's it going today? It's Frankie here and the back of another movie review. Now, I came across this movie on like TikTok, right? Somebody mentioned, oh, this movie's bloody, it's gory, it's violent, it's crazy and brutal. When I watched it, it wasn't like that, right? The movie is called Red State. It's about these three dudes that go off, saw this woman on like a website so they can have sex and stuff like that, right? And they come across this trailer, and this old woman sort of was middle aged woman, tricks them into thinking that she's going to do stuff with them. When she drugs them, and these dudes find out that they've been kidnapped by Christian fundamentalists, right? And you would think it gets gory from there, but it really doesn't. There's only the odd scenes of like what the odd people getting shot and stuff like that. And before I get into that part, there's a scene where one of the guys is on a cross and he gets shot in the head, and one dude is like in this place where this gun place when he escapes and he shoots like one of the members. And there isn't really anything to not much to talk about in this movie at all. I got deceived into this. I'm telling you, I expect to be way more better, but it's not. And obviously, as you would expect, I mean, I knew all the dudes were gonna die. Oh, remember to watch this movie before seeing my video first. Or if you want to save yourself the trouble, you can watch. You can actually watch my review first on this average movie, and then watch the movie afterwards. I don't know what you want to do. And they obviously a police officer comes and he says, "Oh, there's people been kidnapped. What's happened to them?" And then he hears a gunfire from one of the dudes that escaped and then shot one of the members. Just after he got shot in the head, and then the officer gets shot, and which leads to like the police department getting involved and bringing in like a lot of officers. I wouldn't say an army full, but a group full, and they start. There's like a bit of gunfire. This made the movie a tiny bit interesting. It was okay. Once it got it made the film look a bit more better than it did at the start. Because the first half an hour, 40 minutes, I was bored. I don't know what people are talking about in the comments of TikTok, but seriously, they need to rewatch that and think where the incredible parts were. I wasn't hooked. The acting could have been better. There could have been more action. It said horror action thriller. There was not enough action for me. It was only enough action. What, last half an hour? 25 minutes was the last action parts had action in it. Then you got that officer dude. The main one called Keenan or something like that. And he was like trying to find the orders and he wanted to go straight in and he steamed it. It was just gunfire. There's a bit of action which got me a tiny bit gripped, but not gripped enough. I've seen better action in other movies than I have done in that. Even in other average movies I've seen, they had more action than this. Some actually. This is the second movie in the world that's average for me. But this was a little more different. This one had a bit more towards them, which knocks the rating a bit. And obviously the dude at the end gets shot because the innocent dude, the last dude that, you know, obviously the woman that the girl held hostage, that young girl. And no, I don't know how old. I don't know, finished the adult chick, something like that. And she held him hostage, saying, told the church everything that what we've been doing, blah blah. So she was trying to use him basically, but she got him killed as well by police. But the police didn't know that that dude's a hostage. If you know what I'm talking about, you watch the movie, then you know what, then you understand. And yeah, people are getting shot and stuff. And then this old man who runs the church, came out because there's some noise coming and saying it's a rapture type noise, and he goes to this officer and close to him, and it just says that what was it, months later or years later, I can't quite remember. And this part of the movie never made sense. I understand why they probably had to do it, but it didn't make any sense. Just keen to explain why you had to disobey orders, and explain that what happened, and he's gonna get he finally got he's gonna get promoted because these two dudes are saying we're relieving you of whatever job role you're in, we're gonna promote you. And then when I think they turned the camera off as recordings, I don't know. And they said, oh, they were laughing at some aspects of it, talking about the church. I don't know what they were exactly talking about, they were referring to. It didn't quite make sense. The acting from those two dudes were weird. I don't know what to make of that. And Keenan just, walked away after. I'm not going to get into that dialogue though. I'm disappointed. I expected better from what I heard and what I read. And it's deceiving. If you want to watch this movie, go ahead, but you're going to get deceived. It's not the type of movie. I thought it was going to be more bloody. I thought it was going to be more violent. I thought it was going to be more. I thought there was going to be a lot of things, right? But it didn't turn out that way. If I had to give this a rating, I'd probably have to give it. I was gonna give it a 5 because it had a tiny aspect of action. This is a big one to call. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. But then the action bit, I think because of the tiny bit of action, it just goes a tiny bit more. I might say 6 out of 10 because the action towards the end kind of saved. There wasn't much action, but just a tiny bit more. It got me a tiny bit intrigued. There was more action in that and more craziness. It would have been at least 8, 9, or at least an 8 if there was more to it. But I think 6 is generous. I could have given it a 5 if there wasn't really that much action like that going on. But I think 6, I'm going to give it a 6. I mean, this is the second movie in the world that's average. And that succeeded me to make it sound better. I don't know, I'm disappointed. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give a like, comment, share, everyone know, subscribe and hit the notification below. As I'll see you in the next video.